It's showtime. Showtime.
Showtime.
Okay, so have you had like a favorite like intro to like a show or like TV kind of thing? Or like even just I don't know, what's like the best intro that you can think of?
The best?
Yeah. Cuz like I mean like everyone will be like, "Oh, I love the Office theme song." I don't think it's that great. Um
I don't really know. I can think of Gossip Girls. I
yeah,
like used to
Gossip
like
Girls.
I used to like Criminal Minds. I could like that one was always memorable to me.
Criminal Minds can be kind of addicting.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's probably been since high school since I've watched all of Criminal Minds. Maybe that's the next show we start. I used to like to watch it when my whole family was out of town. Just really scared the crap out of myself while everyone was gone.
I just
Then
like
I'd get Daisy and Luna in my room and just shut the door.
my favorite thing about the show. One, it's obviously a little over the top, but as a database nerd,
So
none
you
of
are
those
calling yourself a nerd.
databases exist at all.
But in this world they do. In the world of Criminal Minds they do.
Somehow that lady can just parse millions
Yeah,
of
well,
records in 3 seconds
that was
and
her like
save.
black market skill.
Yeah, well, you know,
Penelope. Come on.
it is a good show though. Caitlin and I watched it a lot when we were.
Yeah, I had a crush on Shmarmore back
Which
in the
one was
day.
that? Was that the real athletic dude, or was
Yeah.
it okay?
Then there was Reed. He was the nerdy guy.
Yeah, Reed was my favorite.
I'm not surprised.
But okay, so there's you've heard of Cameo, right? You can just get like probably actually just anybody, but like a lot of people get like famous people and like they'll like film a little video. Just like, hey, like I could pay someone to be like, hey, Shannon, like I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday.
Oh.
And they probably make like 50, $60 at like 100 and
Wow. How meaningful.
I don't know. So
Do so people really like that?
yeah,
It's meaningful to them? Well, that's good.
but like I know like the whole celebrity thing isn't like super like big to us, like not.
No. No, I think if I saw
But to some people they really like it.
like if you what's one person if you saw them you'd be like, "Oh my God," like fangirl over.
Fangirl over.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Probably like Eli Manning, maybe Peyton Manning, the Manning family.
Who do you think I would fangirl over?
Maybe probably like nobody. Maybe like Leo
Leo.
DiCaprio.
I still don't think I'd fangirl
Yeah.
over him though.
Oh.
I'd be like, I liked you in a movie. You're not that person in real life though, so shame. But that person. One of the people that I liked in his. Well, that's a good question. Do I like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Great Gatsby
Yeah, or
or
Titanic.
Titanic more?
Ooh.
Probably The Great Gatsby. I love that show
Yeah, I don't
so
think
much.
Titanic's that great of a movie. So,
Okay, well that's wrong.
um,
But
Great Gatsby's a worse movie.
nuh-uh. The Great Gatsby's so good. Like it's the vibes. They're
It's
immaculate in
okay.
that
Well,
movie.
if you just really care about the outfits and like the glam, but like overall,
That's
it's
amazing.
kind of boring.
No. And like Leonardo DiCaprio's voice in it is really nice. And so is you call him Spider-Man, but Nick,
Toby Maguire.
yes,
Yeah.
sure. You could have made that name up, but yeah, that one.
Okay. Well, that's the actor's name.
Yes.
But just overall, like I don't know. Like I feel like if I was like yeah, I don't know. If I was making the money they're making, like I'm not spending the time doing that.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I'd want a more meaningful connection if I was gonna do it. You know, because like, hey, I'm gonna pay you $50 to say hello to someone. It's like I don't even know And what? How much you said they pay like $50 to $60 for it? It's
Yeah.
like, well, I don't even have like a visual of what this person looks like. Like, I'm just doing it for the $60, I guess. I don't know.
Some people
There's
do. Like I wouldn't say you're very good at like spotting people like in the crowd kind of thing. Like
like famous people.
definitely not. Yeah.
No.
Cuz I could just be like, "Oh yeah, that guy was in this movie." And you'll be like, "Okay, cool."
Nice. I've never I tried to fan like in KU like people would get like super hyped over seeing like Devonte Graham. And I would really try. I'd be like, "Yes." But I like genuinely didn't care. Like I appreciated how he played basketball.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that he played well sometimes.
I mean, like even them, they were like the people sleeping in class. So, but just like on that, like I don't know, like thinking about today, like there's people at my work, like they worked over the weekend, like their whole weekend. And like what I really appreciate about my job is for the most part, like I can just like turn off my computer and I'm done. I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
But like these people were working over the weekend, and I don't know if they had to or not, but like I just appreciate that about my job is I don't have to right now. Now I know some people like have tighter deadlines or like different stuff. Like with you, you have pretty strict deadlines and like different hourly amounts.
Seasons,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's usually just never worth it. And like there's the idea that like you put in those extra hours, like they can move you up the
They'll just,
corporate
yeah,
ladder.
you're just gonna make millions and
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, I don't think anyone.
I don't think that exists. I think it may have in the past because there was more upward mobility, but
Yeah,
now
why do you think there's that sense? Or is it just people don't want to move upward as much?
I definitely there's a lot of people that like to don't like they'll like reach, and that's like a thing too of people just you reach like a certain point and you're just content. You don't want any more, and it's stress free and easy, and you can spend
Your life in a more enjoyable
yeah, and
state, you know?
if you take on more responsibility, you get paid a little bit more, but if you lose that time like that you're spending with your friends, your kids, your
Your activities, whatever it may be.
or like I could go and get a higher paying job and drive an hour every day into the office,
Yeah.
but I value that time. I think you value that time as well, and some people
Yeah,
do more
I'm
than
very
others.
like,
But kind of just like the overall concept today is something I talked to you about like a month ago of just like there's just some people that like they have to work with their hands. Because one of my friends, he left his job and he went and he's like traveling now and does something outdoors. He loves it.
yep.
Like, never been happier. And I think I mentioned that
I
last
did
week too.
see an article or something the other day that people that work with their hands are overall happier than like people at a desk job.
I could see that.
I think it's probably one, they're getting a lot of like outdoor time, sunshine, you know. And then I think obviously most people, animals, etc., are not built to just be sitting all day.
Inside. And what I feel like is kind of missing from desk job is like a sense of like accomplishment or like finishing. So
Yeah.
if you're a construction worker and you build a house, like
You
you
see the
see the
finished
house.
product.
But that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you today. It's just kind of breaking out like different needs of like your job or like life satisfaction, and like what are some of the things that you feel like you need in your life to like have a satisfying day.
One thing I've learned recently is I need to start off my morning very chill. So that's what I've been reading in the morning.
So like would you say like downtime or like a
Yeah.
relaxation time?
Yeah, like 30 minutes where I don't feel like pressured to like do any of the checklist things that I have. Like, this might be an unpopular opinion, but even like quote unquote quiet time sometimes felt like a checklisty thing.
Yeah.
So doing something I enjoy first thing in the morning just like sets the tone way better. Like I'm not stressed. And I've also learned I have to work out in the morning because or else I'm thinking about it all day and then I just don't feel good and I get very antsy and have way too much energy.
And it like your day, your schedule will get put in fast forward mode if you don't work out.
Yes.
To me, because like you will get more anxious that it won't get done.
Yeah. And I just like how I feel after it. And like if I don't work out, just the rest of my day is usually not very good. And I just am always wondering like why am I just like not functioning today? It's usually because I haven't worked out. Unless we're having like an intentional lazy day. Like I think on Saturday we went golfing in the morning.
See, I mean, we still went to the range and hit probably like 80, 90 balls each.
But that's not like workout.
I know.
That's like a leisurely activity.
Now I will say, like that first day we were going out there, my ankle was pretty sore that first day
Now
after
I will say my phalanges.
from just holding
I
on.
also think one of my fingers has like trigger finger. Isn't that where it like gets caught? It happened in rowing too,
It
where you have
just
to like it just gets stuck kinda. You have to like pop it out. No, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I definitely do. And then
I think it's called trigger finger.
yeah, I think that's right. But like, I think that happens to like my grandfather. So.
No, it happened during
Oh.
rowing. It was like I think it was rather common.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's the same finger. It just like
Gets
has
stuck.
yeah.
I thought that was kind of like a older person kind of thing that
Okay,
happened.
well you call me old. That's kind of rude.
Um,
But okay, wait. You so exercise.
yeah. Well, I wanted to pause a little bit there,
Okay.
but I know like your relaxation time is in the morning. I would say most people's like kind of at the end of their day. Maybe they
Well,
sit and
I mean,
watch
I
TV
wouldn't
or
call my 30 minutes relaxation time. It's like cuz I mean, I wake up extra early for that 30 minutes. So I don't know
yeah,
if it's like
I don't know, like a prep time.
yeah, like
Oh.
I could be sleeping, but I'm gonna wake up 30 minutes and read my book so that it's a calmer start to the morning and I'm not just waking up and going on a run.
Okay.
Because
And
that I've learned, gets me kind of anxious.
yeah.
Just because I'm like, it's dark out. And then, like, I just, for some reason, when I first wake up and would want to go on a run, I just would do worst case scenarios about what's going to happen on the run or what I could see or, like, just how hard it's going to be. And so having 30 like enjoyable chill minutes allowed me to have better vibes throughout the day.
So just in this kind of like time is like, do you usually have like a latte in this time? I'm sleeping during this time. Like this is like
No.
we're talking like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, no, I usually wake up at 4:23
Okay.
because they say that waking up at like a random time is good, like helps you wake up more.
Not like at 8 o'clock, 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
So like
So like pick a random number.
okay, 8:01.
I don't remember. I read about that like multiple years ago, so I could not give you any sort of reasoning as to why. But I've always done that. And it might have not even read that. I may have decided that that's what worked for me. Who knows? But then I just read. Like, I just don't move a ton. And I usually have my latte, like, later.
Okay.
So I can start work with it. So I don't know.
But do you enjoy your cup of coffee in the morning? Because just I know like if I can have like time, because that first cup of coffee really good. After it's been sitting for a little bit, it can kind of get burnt in the pot, and it's just not as good. Or if you reheat it in the microwave, like I still drink it, but I know it's not as good.
No. I think I go through phases. There are times when I'm like, oh, my cup of coffee. And then there's times like the past week where I think I drink about 2 sips of my coffee and I'm like, nice.
Yeah. I usually see it on the counter, just sitting there.
Hey, it spends half the day on my desk.
Yeah.
And then usually I'm like, I'm not going to drink this. So then I go put it on the counter. And that's like a peace offering to you. It's like, if you want some extra coffee.
I don't like, because you use oat milk. I don't like
You're
oat
a
milk
hater of oat milk.
particularly. I will drink it if I have to, but it's not my favorite. But do you think part of that maybe like, I don't love the way that you steam your milk.
Yeah, because I'm lazy or don't like to just wait for it to steam. I like to do other things while it's steaming. And you're like, no, 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 that's not how we do this.
Now we have your morning,
Uh-huh.
and that's kind of like an essential part to your day. But like what other
Yes.
things in the day? Because I definitely feel like getting some outside time helps us.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, I think we were talking about this the other day, but average probably 2 to 3 hours outside a day. Like, I need to be outside. I need some vitamin D. I need away from technology time. And that's usually when we're on a walk. Like, I bring a dog and that's about it. Like,
yeah, like, I mean, no keys, no nothing. I mean,
yeah, like
phone.
I do not bring
I
anything.
sometimes leave my phone, but then other times I think like, oh, like what do we need it? So, I mean, sometimes I'll have it, sometimes I won't.
Yeah, nope.
But it's usually nice not to have to deal with
I
that.
don't want to be notified of anything. It's just like well, I'll talk to you or just be in my own thoughts.
But we see that around a lot at our apartment is people just kind of go out late at night. It'll be 7, 8 o'clock, and they'll just take walks. And I think that's good, but like a lot of people miss that and they won't do it.
Can I point out something random I've seen a few times recently?
Yeah. No,
I've
no,
either
you
been
cannot.
running or driving, and I see people and they're just taking laps in a parking lot. Like just walking back and forth.
Just pacing.
Yeah, like they'll like walk to the end and then turn around and walk back, and then walk to the end and walk back, and walk to the end and walk back. Like they'll drive to a parking lot. We did on the other day in our walk. I saw someone do that, and we walked our little route and then turned back, and he was still doing his little walk this way. It was by the church. I was like, huh.
I don't know.
He was
Maybe
the
they're
only car
waiting, I
there.
guess.
Well, he was maybe.
But
I'm like, I'm gonna get there I'm gonna get to church like 30 minutes early, and while no one's
get
in
your
the
steps
parking
in.
lot, just get my steps in.
I don't. Well, like when people have like those challenges, like step challenges for either like their company or like a group, like some people like really grind that out. So maybe that's it.
I feel like I could win a step challenge.
Yeah, I definitely think you could.
I think I average like probably 15,000 a day.
I bet it's more than that.
Probably.
I mean, especially when you were like marathon training, like it's hard to match that.
Yeah, probably because I think every day I get to about 18 to 20,000. If I run. If I don't run, it's like 12. And I usually run 5 days a week. So, whatever the average of that is. But yeah, I like my outside time.
That's definitely essential to me. And then, I don't know what else do you feel like? Do you need to feel like you accomplished something in a day? Like if you didn't get much done at work, like do you need to clean? Because sometimes I feel like that, like just get one thing done.
It depends. Sometimes I really hate cleaning.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that's our biggest complaint on here. We're just like
It's just like I get so tired of it. It feels like I'm always
we're
cleaning
in a 1,000 square foot apartment
I
and
know.
it's dirty.
all the time. It's just like every day you just have to clean. So I have a kind of a love. There's no love. It is
No
like a
love.
hate relationship.
Hey, we have deep cleaning plans soon.
This weekend.
Yeah, I know. That's
Big
our
money move.
And
Big
we
Memorial Day
have
weekend plans.
we have our first golf tee time set up.
We do. Yep,
Which
9 holes because I did not want to do 18 because 9 seems like a lot when you're not sure if you're going to be really bad.
Yeah. Well, I know I've always told you, like, when we have a hot tub, I'll feel like we've made it. But now,
Oh no.
after looking at golf courses yesterday, once we have some big fancy country club membership where I can play at a nice golf course, will
That's when we've
probably
made
be
it.
it. But apparently, they have waiting lists. So, I don't know. It seems kind of
Could you
messed
be
up.
like a mid-tier one or you need to be like nice?
No, no. I mean, hopefully, like mid tier. But I kind of like think it's weird the idea like how we're waiting on these people to like pass on or die. We'll take their
Or
membership
could they
spot.
get old enough to where they can't really play golf?
Yeah, I mean, or there's like access to like a restaurant or the pool or different stuff. Or
Yeah.
pickleball is getting too popular too.
Why are you hating on pickleball?
I don't know.
Those people, when we went over to play tennis, were really going ham. You know, something I like about golf that I prefer over tennis is that it feels more practical to just like practice by yourself. Tennis was kind of hard, like, even though there was two of us.
You're sharing the court and like you don't want to hit the ball over into someone else's game.
Yeah, it
Now
just
that can
feels really.
happen in golf, especially when you have a really bad slice. You hit it into the other fairway, but
But with tennis, I don't know. I feel like it was harder for me to improve. Maybe we weren't doing it as consistent. But last spring, we were going a couple times a week.
I think it's
I was
harder though.
getting
Like
better,
some
but
sports, it's harder to know like what you're doing wrong. Like if you have a bad jump shot in basketball.
like my serve got better.
Yeah.
You don't think you can fix a bad jump shot? Have you tried to fix your beautiful jump shot in basketball? I think this is like the fifth
Not as
time in our
hard.
podcast that
Um,
I've brought up that
yeah,
you're not
all
very
you do
good.
is just talk about how bad at basketball I am. I really appreciate it. Okay,
Well,
but back to the topic
okay, sorry.
because we're getting a little off topic here. I do think that like sense of accomplishment is important, and I think a lot of people crave that. So they'll go and they'll find different jobs, and some people don't need it.
I think mine is probably like running.
Running, you feel does that help you feel like you accomplished something though?
Yeah, and I've cooked a lot the past couple
I
weeks.
know, yeah,
So that makes me feel accomplished because I really feel like I'm fulfilling the role of a housewife.
yeah. We've been eating healthy. It's been
I made garlic parmesan spaghetti squash with chicken tonight. That was good.
I
I
do
think it was good.
I liked it. It was good. I
And
just
you're
think
the
it's
bread
funny.
maker.
Like, yeah, most people they would hear like I wouldn't say spaghetti squash is like common to eat.
I think it's kind of common. Don't think so?
No,
I
definitely
started eating spaghetti squash. I think it was my junior year. Or was that my senior year? I think it was my senior year. Yeah, I started eating spaghetti squash my senior year of high school because I was having issues after concussion and they thought it was POTS. That's what I got diagnosed with.
pots. Like,
I don't know what that means. Something with like your heart rate
oh,
doing weird crap.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it means. Had the whole echogram thing. Echo? I don't think it's echogram. I think
No, I
it's just
think it's
echo.
like an echocardiogram,
Yeah.
EKG. How many times we watch Grey's Anatomy? Okay.
Okay. But they were said that like having a low carb diet might help. So my mom would make spaghetti squash instead of pasta for me, so that I would have that
Okay.
low carb, so I wouldn't get super dizzy. Apparently, it can. Well, they told me that if I consistently work out, that I should be good. So really,
Yeah.
after all that went down, that's I made some commitments to myself that I would not allow myself to get out of shape.
Okay.
Because I got so dizzy. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I would run a quarter of a mile and, like, would want to pass out.
So like basically the concussion kind of like helped be like a motivating factor for you to like continue exercising.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It was an odd situation. But yeah, it was motivating because, like, I would get so dizzy. It was terrible. I'd get done with, like, a freaking half mile, and I'd get so angry that I could only run a half mile.
Yeah.
And I'd just, like, would just have to, like, sit down because
And that dizziness after concussions is not fun. It's
Yeah.
pretty rough.
But this was, like, 4 months after a concussion.
Yeah, I didn't have to deal with that. And
So
I'm
that's why I had
pretty
to go
happy.
get some extra tests, and that's when they diagnosed me with POTS, whatever the heck that means.
Okay.
Interesting time in my life.
Yeah.
How did you not know this?
You've talked about it before. You'd not mentioned POTS.
I feel like I have.
I don't think you have. I would have remembered.
I don't think so. I think you're wrong. I think I would have mentioned it.
People really feel like they need that connection.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to my family or you or the puppies.
Yeah.
Not that the puppies talk back too often, but
They bark though.
I usually tell them no multiple times a day.
But I think that's important for people to like kind of like find out and understand like what they need or what helps them.
Yeah.
And like it's going to be different for almost every person.
And it also takes a level of commitment to like do that every day. It requires a level of wanting to make every day good for yourself.
Yeah. And
And that's not always easy.
You're big on like having structure and maintaining
Yes.
that, and that's
I
helpful.
think that's why I told you, like, I don't know if I love to travel as much because I love a good routine.
Yeah.
Like, I
saw this tweet today talking about like people are just going to like get their house and work their 9 to 5, and then I was like, people like make fun of like ants for like doing the same thing just over and over again, but a lot of people do it.
Yeah. Okay, well, you can.
Yeah, I mean, looks like we're
dogs.
headed. Our dogs need some walking time. So
Even
that's all
though-
from us this week. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Just, like the video, subscribe on YouTube.
Whatever your heart tells you.
Yeah. Or send us a text message. We always.
Send us a text.
Yeah. Or you can call.
No.
Well, you can call me.
Don't call Shannon. Send
All right.
Shannon a text.
I hope you guys all have a great week.